Hi, it's the end of week 4 in cosmetology school, and I just wanted to get you guys up to date about what we've been doing. Okay, so Monday, it was a bummer because we had to help the new people, especially the 4 new people, the dream team, I call us. We had to help organize the tubes of color in the dispensary, which I was really bummed about because that was a really boring job. And then I felt bad because at the end of the day, the instructor said, I'm sorry you guys had to do that. And no, that's not why you came to cosmetology school, but I felt like it needed to be done. So on day 2, on Tuesday, we totally made up for it. We worked on our mannequin heads. We went out on the floor and worked, and she taught us how to use the round brush and to do a blowout and then to pin the curls that you get. And I'll show you guys a picture of that. It makes a really a cool tassel look, and she said that's what Kim Kardashian does, or what Kim Kardashian stylist does. And I got to do spiral curls with the Marcel curling iron, which I'd never used before, and it's a challenge. It doesn't have the spring clamp on it. It has a clamp you have to hold down yourself. It doesn't just hold itself. And it has a handle that spins, and I used it on Tuesday, and it was really not attractive looking. I wasn't happy with it. After we did that, then I did some braiding, and then I did another shampoo and a style and a blowout. And I wanted to bring you my worksheet because I got like 5 or 6 things marked off, but one day I left my bag at home, and I didn't have my book, and I was freaking out, and so I've decided probably better leave that at school. I don't want to lose it or not have it when I need it. So then on Wednesday, we got to do more work trying to get stuff done on our worksheets and get that finished. So I did cornrows that I started on Tuesday. I finished them on Wednesday morning or Wednesday evening. I worked some more with the Marcel curling iron, and this looks a lot better. I had a mannequin that had shorter hair that was, I guess, what you'd call shoulder length if mannequins had shoulders. And it looks a lot better. And then later that evening, we learned how to do a full head of foils on our mannequin heads, and we use cholesterol, which is like this really thick stuff. It's really thick, like hand lotion. It's stuff for your hair. It's like a hair treatment, and it's cheaper than using a lightener that you would really use for doing all over foils. And at first, I was really slow. She gave us 30 minutes to see how many we could do, and I didn't get much done. So in 30 minutes, I didn't have a whole lot of it done. So I was a little disappointed. But we came back and we finished it. So that was something I definitely need to work on. I was really excited to get to learn. That unfortunately, I was sick and I didn't get to go to school. But I did get to stay home and watch movies. And I have to tell you, one of my movies that I talked about last week, how I have a movie that I like to watch as I'm going to sleep. Well, this one is kind of a little guilty pleasure. It's Wimbledon with Paul Bettany and Kirsten Dunst. And I am not big into rom-coms. I mean, I'm like the person that would go to a rom-com just to make fun of it later because I'm not into those movies. But I liked this one. It was really fun. It was interesting. It was the tennis part I thought was more interesting than the romance part myself because I don't know anything about it tennis. And it reminded me a lot of The Cutting Edge. I don't know if you remember that movie, but it was like an ice skating romance movie. It's along the same genre of this. And of course, then I'm on a whole Paul Bettany kick watching all of his movies, and Netflix is terrible about enabling me to do that. You can just load up your queue, and you've got it's all these Paul Bettany movies. I tend to do that. Like I'll get into an actor or an actress, and I'll just want to watch everything that they do. And the first movie I saw that he was in, I think, was Priest. And I was like, gosh, this guy's really good. Where did he come from? How did I not know who this guy was? And so I watched Legion, which is really good in that, which is an interesting movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Draw your own conclusions. And I watched Legion. And then I went back and watched Da Vinci Code that he was in. I didn't realize that was him. He was the scary homicidal albino monk that was Opus Dei and tracking down all the other people on there and killing them. Gosh, he was really good in that too. And the fun thing about discovering an actor that you've never watched any of their stuff before is you'll find films that like little gems that you would never have watched otherwise. And I got Gangster #1 through Netflix, and it is good. I never would have found that. I mean, it's a film, when was it made? Like in 2000? It's a British gangster film. I don't think I ever would have come across that otherwise if I hadn't been on a Paul Bettany kick. But unless I had a Malcolm McDowell kick, which could happen, any day now. He's got to be one of the scariest mobsters I think I've ever seen on film. He reminds me of Joe Pesci. Is that his name? That plays in Goodfellas. He's crazy. He's gonna snap and he's gonna kill somebody or just really hurt somebody. He's got that potential. You just don't know when he's gonna crack, when he's gonna go. And in this movie, Gangster #1, you get that feeling with this guy. You're just like, God, he's just crazy. He's just nuts. And then I saw Master and Commander, which I remember when that came out and everybody was saying, oh, that's lame. Well, everybody was wrong. I think that's a good movie. It was really interesting. The only thing I didn't like about it was that there weren't a lot of women in it. And there were some really young kids on that ship. They could have used mothers. So I was wishing, they'd had moms on the ships with them. Of course, that wouldn't have been historically accurate, I guess, but oh well. And I watched Creation. Oh my gosh, try and watch that without crying. It's impossible. That movie should come with a warning label. Anyway, that's a bit of a rant. You're welcome. In case you were curious. Yeah, so I'll let you know what happens next week. Hopefully I can go to school every day. I think I'm cured of whatever disease required me to stay home and watch movies. I really was sick, in case my instructor sees this. I did not feel good, but luckily I had some movies that I could watch. So thanks for watching. If you have, and by the way, I changed my backdrop because my friend Amber was saying the other one was really terrible and she hated it. So I hope you like this, Amber. I got to keep my 3 subscribers happy. So anyway, thanks for watching again. I think I said that already. I'll see you next week. Bye.